anthem sounded. And now we wait the captains to do the coin toss ahead of getting this huge encounter underway. Edo Queens, debutants. It could be first CAF Women's Champions League to never forget if they can not only qualify for the knockout stage but also dump the defending champions out. Duetti leading the support from the sidelines. Edo Queens getting the nod to wear all gold. They are all smiles ahead of this one. So Aduku Moses, coach, making 4 changes. Big opportunity for Valentina Rocco, just 21 years of age, in aside Comfort Roncho, with Paulina Ali pushing to left back. Vera Samuel, Esther Inyang, just 18 years old, along with Mary Magdalene Andor coming into the starting XI up top. And Yonam Amedone of Togo, our match referee. So VAR has been keeping a watchful eye over proceedings. There to aid the referee when necessary. Bocheri Chabalala himself bringing in Velosa Biyani, as well as Nathan Biseng Magia ahead of Duetti to partner Melinda Brigadiete up top. 7 of the 11 starters are also in the XI, the 2023 final, and defeated Sporting Casablanca. And now facing crunch time in Casablanca. UWC looking on as their compatriots try and do what they couldn't manage, and that's to qualify for the semi-finals. UWC ladies had been the last team to beat Mamelodi Sundowns until Massar's shock victory. That loss to the Egyptians. They've been the end of a 25-match unbeaten run. 32 goals without conceding. They don't want to concede their title here. Edo Queens will be desperate, though, to really make a name for themselves and cause a real shock in women's African football. So underway, match day 3, and both these sides desperate to make their way to the semi-finals. It's Edo Queens from Nigeria taking on defending champions Mamelodi Sundowns. It's Nigerians in all yellow, Mamelodi out of their own famous shirts in all blue, and an early opportunity for Edo Queens to test out the Sundowns defence. Dilamina been sharing the gloves domestically with Selami Oseja. It's got the nod ahead of the Botswanan near the Women's Champions League. Been part of all the highs and lows. Sundowns winning 2 titles in between, getting thrashed by Asfar in 2022. But an early effort, absolutely no problem for the South African international. Of course, along with a number of her teammates, part of the Bayana's crowning moment, the 2022 Africa Cup of Nations. huge achievement for women's football in South Africa, and the men's team starting to use that as inspiration. Their bronze medal in the last men's AFCON, and now having just yesterday celebrated on the pitch their qualification for the 2025 event that will be held here in Morocco, a real hub of continental celebration of football. So early touches for Letsoso, taking the place of the injured Mabane. Injured so early on in the match against CBE. Not part of the match day squad. They'll wondering if she will be able to be fit the rest of the tournament. That's if the Sundowns manage to take their place in the last four. So victory might yet see them. It's a really good ball swung in. It's broken kindly. That very well could have been the opening goal if not for a vital defensive block. Magia was hanging around when the ball broke to her. Only had one thought in mind. Brilliant defending to react. Paulina Ali has been very alert to the danger there. To get the foot in and protect Leo Yono. Great break here. And a foot in. He stopped her progress for a moment, but back on the ball. Florence Ejamelusi. Enterprising run. In the end, just crowded out and a throw to the Sundowns. Well, the Edo Queens, hailing from Benin City, in Edo State in Nigeria, competing in the Nigerian Women's Football League. Club owned and funded by the state government. And this really great occasion. You see how they've risen to the challenge. They really made their mark on this competition. Just that last step against Jerry Lala's side, who have been to each of the three previous Women's Champions League finals, 2 titles, including the last edition. Saw caught there late. Elamini certainly hoping that's not another early injury after losing Mabani within side 15 minutes of the previous outing, but thankfully Elamini okay to continue. This potentially brewing standout story of the 2024 CAF Women's Champions League if Sundowns were to fail to reach the last 4. Under pressure, Lamini tidies up. And so with time and space to survey what's ahead of her. Next to go to centre-back partner Mac Lobela, but she coughs up possession that's won back quickly. And harrying from Wanla Mathandi. Karabo Lamini trying to be direct. The game yet to really settle into any kind of pattern. Two's exchange possession. Lucy thought about a cross, then twisting and turning. And she has won first corner of the match. Well, Edo Queens have already had a set piece that was easily dealt with by Delamini. They'll hope for much better delivery here in Casablanca. The captain taking the responsibility. Shoma Olese. Much better delivery. No one really putting pressure on Delamini. He makes a very easy punch. It would be understandable if Edo Queens maybe felt the pressure a bit overawed, but really started the match with a cool head and clear minds. Tuku Moses spoke before kickoff, saying they weren't thinking about a draw, instead focusing on trying to win the game, and with it would be top spot and a place against Tepe Mazembe from DR Congo in the semi-finals. Late challenge. Sees Mary Magdalene Anjor hit the deck. This time challenge from Mathandi. Just a bit of an uncomfortable start to the match for the two-time champions. They certainly had to do it the hard way in 2023. Defeated Asfar and then Sporting Casablanca to lift the title. Perfect way to respond after that shock thrashing they took in the 2022 final. Having seen Tepe Mazembe and Asfar, it's going to be a cracking knockout phase, whoever gets through. Trying to blast their way through are the Edo Queens. Some distance, but over Delamini's bar. Certainly confident to take it on, but Usani, named first name Miracle, didn't get one there. Certainly looking on, would have been impressed Tuku Moses with the start his side made. Certainly a big call bringing in Esther and Yang, just 18 years old, into the starting 11, along with young Valentina Uroko in the heart of the defence. Certainly a club very much puts focus on player development. This is certainly a massive ask, and certainly also could be a match that is the making of them. Certainly no signs of Sundowns bringing the type of dominance they have domestically. Bala Jerry Tisha Bala having led the Sundowns to a 5th straight title. They actually clinched it back in November. Just how strong they are in the South African Super League. 7th title overall. 100 goal difference. Looking to try and add to the 4 goals they managed on match day 2. Only for the flag to go up. Might have been just on. Asanda Hadebe trying to angle her run. The ball ending out for a corner, meaning VAR not having the opportunity to draw some lines. The support for the Edo Queens, it would be some story for them to make it through. Edo Queens following in the footsteps. Fellow Queens, Delta. Of course, made their way here after winning the Wafu B regional qualifiers. Strong header away. We'll look around the corner from Anjor. Shows some great feet. In her chance in the start of XI ahead of Esther Moses. That's a great chance to nick the ball away from Tonello Rabale. Hasn't been able to get in the game at all. Sundowns number 10. As Edo Queens get into the box. Looks for the cutback to Anjor. And then fired in on target, but again directly at Lamina. They're picking holes in the Sundowns defence. Very hard to judge exactly the form of the South African champions. Given that shock defeat to Massar and then thumping the weakest side in the group, CBE. At the moment, struggling against the Nigerians. The Queens were the first Nigerian side to reach the knockout stage of the Women's CAF Champions League. And in the end, finished third, a bronze medal, after initially losing to Asfar. He defeated Simba Queens to that honour. Ball lifted in long, keepers come a long way. Certainly eye-catching. Oyono taking easily, and then it's a long thump to try and turn the defence. Cool head from Makubela. Poor ball. That's far too. That's a days ago from Rabala. Sundowns haven't really got started yet. 3-5-2, they've not got their wingers involved at all. You see Adebi just at the bottom of your screen. She's very much got Miracle Usani for company. The Queens matching up so far. Nigerians maybe just edging the match, but goalless. And now an opportunity for the South African champions. Well, a sore one there for sure. Hopefully something she'll just be able to run off. Oyono yet to be tested. making sure everything is fully organized. Rabali over this. Lesotho-born midfielder, 6 career Women's Champions League goals. She does go direct, it's panned out. Fortunately fell to a golden queen shirt. Certainly confident enough to take it on. Yono be happy enough about where she pushed it out. Thankfully, Ijame Lucy viewing it as Olise is believed by the officials. Let's Soso. Delamini. Delamini, Carabo. Frustration there. Gia wanted the ball back, didn't get it. The Sundowns just struggling to get any kind of passage of play strung together. Better ball this time. And running out of space. Najia. Real lack of energy at the Sundowns. Only expect no more chances from them. Already 18 minutes in. They'd already taken the lead against CBE, but Edo Queens have been a much sterner test. Chance to deliver from the corner. Middle gang. Rama Lepe. A chance to have a go. Strong challenge, making sure she went no further. Socks up, ready to deliver. Slight flick there, she helped the defence. Excellent challenge, wins it back for the Sundowns. Clip forward and straight through to Oyono. Well, of course, the other Group B match could be of significance. Both sides could go through if Sundowns win and Massar lose. It does seem the most unlikely, given the group has gone so far, but you never know. Usani. Good protection of the ball, and now the fullback can deliver. Low cross is easily dealt with. Bobbles around. Cleared by Carabo Delamini. No relation of teammates and captain. And delay. Well, delay to the throw, but Usani now launches That's a bit of danger for the Sundowns. They'll play their way out. Namini launches, but not particularly far. EDO Queens keeping on the pressure. Certainly come out here with a game plan, as the coach Moses has said. So far, seems to be working to perfection. That's a great touch and turn from Anjor. But then it's a under-hit pass. Didn't get the throw, but it just takes the momentum out of it. Just looking for a spark. Biana protecting the ball well. De La Mina. Again, it's going back. EDO Queens covering the space. Hope is they'll want that to continue for the 90. It'll be a tough ask. It's what they would have been training for. As things stand, Massar leading by a goal to nil. Nyonkuru on the score sheet again. The Burundi strikers' second goal of this CAF Women's Champions League, their first from the penalty spot, is why the Sundowns are in a must-win situation. Rabali, that's suddenly a much better. Aderi gets support, and that's a great header, and the opening goal has Sundowns in the direction of the semi-finals. Well, Jerry Balala won't have been happy with the performance up to now, but when they finally clicked into gear, a brilliant delivery. And it is a fantastic header. And who else but Melinda Kigadiete looping over Oyono. Very early stage, but at this moment, the Sundowns going through with Massar. EDO Queens will be heading out. Now the 32-year-old striker, Agadiete, with a clinical header after 24 minutes, in which the Nigerians, EDO Queens, had been edging the contest without really threatening Delamini. But when the Sundowns finally came to life, it was the African champion, two-time CAF Champions League winner, Kadiete, who produced the goods in front of goal. After a brace against CBE, she's up to 3 for the tournament. Still a bit to go. With Asfar's Mandani with 5 goals now in the group stage. At the moment, the Sundowns just desperate for the win to keep their defence of their crown very much on a positive line. So there's it as it stands. Massar, at the moment, are going to be playing Tepe Mazembe if things stay as they are. Mamelodi Sundowns, for the second edition running, could be facing Asfar. Does also mean there's an opportunity if that happens. We have a new team in the final. Mamelodi Sundowns are looking to get this game done and dusted as soon as they can. Adebe into the near post, but Yono very much aware of the danger. And certainly Adebe, who is very much involved in the build up to the opening goal, but Karabo Mini with that fabulous delivery. And Diete gobbled up with glee. Well, suddenly, pressure showing on Edo Queens. Bali with that turn. And worked to Adebe, and then this was the cross. Powerful pinpoint accuracy. Mamelodi Sundowns on track for the semi-finals. Great ball, incisive, getting Najaya one-on-one. Comfort. Olo Ronsho sticking to her task, trying to stop the number 9 from running the show. Well, Yono not in a good mood. Shabalala. Looking an interested spectator, the coach. Amazing when you think the standards that Mamelodi Sundowns set. Trying to keep those standards day in, day out. They certainly didn't start this match in a fashion you would certainly expect from the South African Giants. But then the quality when they finally got the ball moving. Corner fired in low. Oh, it's cleared away with the head. I think Oyono might have had it covered. The defender was taking no chances. The Queens can now try and clear. Olina Ali trying to show calm in possession and try and play their way out. Now it does go direct. A couple of great challenges from Lebogang Ramalepe. Oh, has got herself in a bit of trouble. Magdalene Anjor certainly feeling a bit frustrated. Certainly was trying to pick the pocket of Kolaso Biyana, who replaced Mokwena in the starting lineup. Nice touch and turn. Queens try and find her way out. Lovely little triangle. With a little nutmeg for good measure, but Sundowns winning it back, but then coughing up possession far too cheaply. Anjor wants to just get a touch on this, but it's fabulous working back from Asanda Adebe. Got there first, took the hit, win the free kick. Anjor couldn't do anything about that. The momentum taking her through. Moses in the stands, allowing his first team coach to work on the sidelines. Skuro bench will be looking on to see if Edo Queens can just get their composure back a bit. The goal has shaken them. Just couldn't quite get the delivery right. Rushing in was Diete and Ajia as well. Launched long. Flicks there, but Lamini able to just take all the time. Past the half-hour mark. Edo Queens, having started positively, falling behind. Next to the head of Kegadiete, Mamelodi Sundowns 1-0 up. It's been fantastic seeing how this fourth edition has gone, but a bit of surprise. Not convinced there's necessarily an injury. Seems like a tactical change between Raduca Moses and Grace Kure. And Mary Magdalene Anjor heading off after just passing the half-hour mark is Gia lays it back. Brilliant block. Confirmation. Mary Mamadou coming on for the number 9, who'd done too bad a job. A humble opinion that has made way before the halftime break. Can the Edo Queens find a spark through the change? Substitute trying to put the pressure on Ramini. It does look like Peace Essien is pushed further forward. Well, I'm not sure that's exactly what they were trying, but the header kept in, swung in the cross. Oyono getting enough on that, but there was a real chance for a little flick on that could have ended with a second goal. Positive start has turned into a frustrating end to the half for the Nigerians. Glum faces, but they know they don't need to win the match. A draw would be enough to take Edo Queens through to the semi-finals. So despite the frustration of falling a goal behind, Grace Kura on the sidelines and principal coach Raduca Moses can yet turn this around. Something to ponder. 10 minutes plus stoppage time from the halftime break. Certainly bullish and confident. Interviews pre-match. How will Edo Queens principal coach solve this matter? Sundowns, without being at their sparkling best, trying to add the opening goal from Melinda Agadiete. Weird, but only to the edge of the area. Oh, well, stolen back and now launched long. Just trying to harry and harass. Finally get some support, Elise. And then Peace SEN. Lamini's coming a long way, taking no chances. Well, Edo Queens becoming Nigerian champions for the very first time last season, ahead of Rivers Angels. Looking to, as mentioned, just be the second Nigerian side into the last four. Now can they find a route to goal? Oh, it's well waited on by the substitute. It's a great cross. Lamini gets enough on it. Just wouldn't fall kindly for Ijamelusi. Effort from distance potentially. Ooh, it's not a million miles away. Lamini absolutely furious. And Vera Samuel had so much time to set this one up. Just curling off target. The goalkeeper may have had it covered. Better view here. Excellent effort, just could not get the dip or hit the target to really have Lamini scrambling. Grace Kura getting an opportunity here to get her message across. Still a long way to go in this contest. Just the one goal in it. And a draw enough for the Nigerians. That's the reaction of the goalkeeper. He knows what it means to win. So Melinda Kagidiate with a fabulous header. Bringing about the opening goal. Well, left down on the deck, but penalised as well. Double gang. Ama Lepe. Both flying into the challenge. There Samuel getting up with the free kick for herself. Enter into the sky. Bouncing around. Samuel seeing a lot of the ball. It's given away cheaply. Nice find from Magia. She couldn't return the favour. Now long ball. Bobbles nicely. That is terrific goalkeeping, but the chance is there! Oh, it's off the bar. with the goal at her mercy. Edo Queens somehow don't level this affair up. Sundowns look to take advantage of the space left. We'll wait to see that back. We'll get a chance now. Zilamini has remained down. She made a vital intervention. Then the ball spilled free. Just waiting for the net to rustle. And yet it's the bar that was left shaking. The ball just bouncing over invitingly. And then MMP's Essien with the chance. After Jamelusi clashed with Sundowns captain, but that is a huge moment in the half. Goalkeeper did well, but then this two on the line, lifting it up and onto the woodwork. A huge let-off for the South African champions. Certainly no suggestion of a foul. Jamelusi playing the ball, but Amini getting in the way. How big a chance might that be when we look back at it at full time? Edo Queens hope it's more of a turning point in terms of pressure, but got to take your chances when they come about. Amini over the shock. Ball down the line, there's space here. A touch there that certainly won't be recorded as a pass back. Yono fires it out. I don't think he's quite happy with the decision. Not quite sure why the foul was given. He said enough to get the first booking of the match. Balala certainly showing how much he cares, the pressure as well. Now he wants better placement of the ball. Looking for the Sundowns coach. Placement by Miracle Usani. 3 minutes of stoppage time. We're already into that. And Edo Queens find a leveler. And the referee making clear it was going to be a goal kick before the ball went out. Dlamini, I think, has taken a couple of bumps and bruises to not take any risks with the goal kick. leaving it to her teammate. Loose header picked up. Lusani down the line, and that is just thumped wherever by Carabo Dlamini. Long throw. Sundowns just try and clear their lines. 30 seconds of the minimum additional time remaining for Shabalala. Grace Kura, along with Duka Moses, can what will be a vital half-time message. Nice turn. Essien hit the bar rather than fire Edo Queen's level. Battling hard. Can they find all they desperately need? As the halftime whistle sounds, Mamelodi Sundowns started slowly. Dlamini had to be on her toes, but the captain watched on as Melinda Kagidiete headed in from a fabulous cross from Carabo Dlamini, and that is match day 3 after Group A saw Asfar and Tipe Mazembe take up the semi-final places. Mamelodi Sundowns, the champions, facing off against Nigeria's Edo Queens for a place in the last 4. Result in the other match could have had a bearing, may yet still, but Massar leading by a goal to 0. And that meant Sundowns knew they had to win. Edo Queens, a draw would be good enough, but they did start positively, the Nigerians, in all gold. Long-range effort, showing a certain amount of ambition. Then, Peace Essien got into the box, tried to find Mary Magdalena Ajor. Final effort, comfortably dealt with by South Africans international. Then the big moment, having been anonymous throughout. Rabali with a turn and a neat ball. And back from Hadebe. And what a cross this is. Pick it out in the head of Melinda Kigadiete. After a brilliant pick out from Carabo Delamini. Oyono just could not reach it. And could this goal be the one that means the South African champions are going to reach the semi-finals? It could have been more comfortable. The ball from Ramalepe, not with the same quality of Delamini before. Then a huge talking moment. It broke kindly for Essien. 2 on the line, but she struck the crossbar. Florence Ajani-Lucy having helped her create the chance. It wasn't taken. The Sundowns lead 1-0 at the halftime break.
Substitution for EDO Queens. Player number 21, Esther Inyon, is replaced by player number 7.
There was an early change during the first half, just past the half-hour mark, and another one at the break. Dropped to the bench. Esther Moses back in from the start of the second half. About to get underway. Mamelodi Sundowns leading by 1-0, thanks to Diete. A stunning view from up high here in Casablanca. The CAF Women's Champions League being held in Morocco, which will also be preparing to have the semi-finals fully booked up. Asfar and Tipe Mazembe are waiting. Mamelodi Sundowns, as things stand, will be qualifying with Egyptians Massar, unless EDO Queens find a way back. They only need a goal as things stand. A draw would be enough for the Nigerians. Sundowns must win. Nervous faces around. The referee makes the final checks. And back underway, Melinda Kigadiete with her header on 24 minutes. The separating point between these sides. EDO Queens, their first Champions League adventure after capturing their first ever Nigerian title. Sundowns already having clinched a 5th straight South African women's title. Their 5th in a row, 7th overall. Season still yet to be completed, but already 100-goal positive difference. They only conceded 12 in 29 games. They've only conceded once in this tournament, but it ended in defeat against Massar. After beating CBE 4-0, they need another victory to make sure they don't crash out. So far, so good for Jerry Balala's side. Tuku Moses and Grace Kura on the sidelines will hope to have calmed their troops down a bit. The Queens started positively, but no shock that the goal shook their confidence, although it was that massive chance after Ejamelusi was stopped by Lamini, but the ball broke to Essien. She hit the bar rather than level things up, but from a long throw, the hope to go a little bit lower and try and cash in. It's a good flick, but just a bit too much on it. Lamini able to take easily ahead of substitute Moses. Confirmation. Mr. Moses coming on for Inyang. Teenager being removed after getting second start to this competition. That's a great kick out. And it's got the Queens in behind. Moses cuts it across, but just didn't get the angle right. Essien desperate to get into the box. All started from the boot of Oyono. What a ball out to Paulina Ali. On to The substitute Moses couldn't find the final piece of the puzzle. Lamini back in the Bayana fold ahead of the African champions facing friendlies against England and Denmark. If she keeps a clean sheet, the Sundowns will be advancing. Fierce competitor. All clipped in. Very difficult one. Tried to lay it back. Essien. And enough bodies in the way to make it comfortable for the goalkeeper. Oh, it's a lovely dummy. Had the pace to get on the end, but went maybe a little too early. EDO Queens starting on the front foot, but they've got to, as they need to wipe out Sundowns' goal advantage. Risks will be taken. Will the South Africans be able to punish them at the other end? Mahmoudou came on after just half an hour. Zanjor was replaced. Move placing her out wide and Essien more central. Pause here, referee pointing out she wants the throw to wait until she whistles. I don't know that it's anything to do with VAR. She doesn't appear to be in a conversation. Either way now, back underway. Breaks poorly for the Sundowns. It's a ball over the top. Oh, that could be a penalty. Oh, incredible drama. The only goal the Sundowns have conceded in this tournament was from the penalty spot. And they lost to Massar. Could another penalty mean they pay a hefty price? MMP's Essien absolutely cleaned out. Fatso Lesoso had to get it right, and she got it wrong. A booking as well. Well, she had to be clear she was going to win it, but she was well off it, and that is a very poor challenge. There was no danger either. Essien was flicking it to Andile Dlamini. Martha Makubela gave away the penalty against Massar with a nudge in the back. And now Thatso Lesoso, who started because of the injury to the Sundowns captain Mbani, has given the Edo Queens an amazing opportunity to level this match up, and it would see them in pole position for the semi-finals. Dlamini was sent the wrong way by the Egyptian club Massar. She was beaten by Niokunu. But can she come to Letsoso and the South African champions' aid? Chiomo Olese, the Queen's captain, taking the responsibility. A huge moment. Oh, what a save! And no wonder she celebrates as if she scored a last-minute goal. Well, that was the side she was beaten by in the defeat to Massar. This time, she guessed right, and a strong right hand pushes it for a corner. Essien hit the bar in the first half. Penalty now saved to deny Olise. And the Sundowns hold on to their slender lead. What a let-off for Letsoso. The Edo Queens trying not to let their heads go down. Cuts back well. Keeps going. Edge of the area. Through the crowd, and that's just taken the head off the Sundowns defender. Kubela taking the full force of the strike. Medical team just want to make sure she's okay. It's a real thumper. Not a great amount of distance, so it's certainly correct that the referee brought this to a stop. But this, the save, an absolutely cat-like reaction. It wasn't the worst penalty from Elise. But Dlamini guessing right and pushing it wide. Well, no wonder Banyana coach Desiree Ellis delighted to have the Sundown stopper back in her squad. European tour starting against Denmark. And after making her return to the Banyana, leaving the international stage for the Champions League setting. And her fantastic save aligned with Kagadiete's header. Sundowns on track for the semi-finals. Grace Kura, almost just a shrug of the shoulders. Essien hitting the bar. Olise denied from the spot. What do the Queens have to do to score? So just caught there. Women will be breathing a huge sigh of relief after the heroics of Dlamini. Now Moses doing his part to try and maintain the belief. Queens have certainly been a match for the Sundowns, lacking clinical edge. Well, in the international friendlies, it was a 5-0 thrashing from Denmark. It was Kaylin Stewart who'd got the nod. Ramalepe Mbani, Diana, Karabo Dlamina, and Najia, all in Ellis's starting 11. Despite another defeat, it was a much better performance against England. Dlamini playing the second half of that match. Kept a clean sheet. Unfortunately, England had scored twice in the opening 23 minutes. Kagat Lana, though, had half the deficit. South Africa unable to get a draw. And certainly a draw would not be enough for Sundowns today. win or bust for the defending CAF Women's Champions League. Just turning into traffic. Dlamini. It's the throw as we edge towards the hour mark. Match day 3, crunch time in second group after Group A was decided. Asfar and Tipe Mazembe are waiting. Long throw. Was dug out. Lamini. Gloves on ball. Changes for the Sundowns. Mokoena lost her starting place to Kolosa Biyani. It's ineffective. Rabali, who heads off, just hasn't really looked anywhere near her best. Gets a cuddle. Just hasn't been her night. Top scorer domestically with 17 goals. 4 more than second place Magia, her teammate. 6 career Women's Champions League goals. Scored in both the semi and the final 2023 edition, but Rabali heads off. A little bit more security with Mokoena in the midfield. Turning and then finding company. Just saves it. Thought from a corner, but you can see Essien realizing referee might have pointed for a corner. That is the case, says Olise, who missed that penalty, although never a fair way to put it. A brilliant save from Dlamini. That will be a moment, along with Essien hitting the bar, that will haunt them if they can't find a leveler. Dlamini, well, maybe a bit bailed out by the referee. Very little contact. It was a block anyway, so I'm not sure it would have been a goal-scoring opportunity, but really far too much protection for goalkeepers at times. So Dlamini will happily take the slice of luck. We spoke about Yana Banyana, Nigeria. Having had an excellent international window, playing Nigeria back-to-back, beating them twice, 6-1 on aggregate, 2-0 and 4-1. They've got a glamour friendly in Angers, and they go to France to play Les Bleus. Moment, no EDO Queens in the squad. This Women's Champions League journey certainly a huge stepping stone, as the Sundowns have shown. It's going to be a booking Valentina Baruco cautioned for that challenge that gives Sundowns terrific opportunity to try and get that second goal, which could be the one that sets them on the path. As things stand, they're going through, but just the one goal leaves them in a precarious position. Great skill by Nathan Beseng. Magia certainly has worked hard to make the most of her opportunity ahead of Daweti. So, Karabo Delamini, already an assist to her name. Can she produce again, the South African international? Swung into a good area, but no one really getting across the near post, that making it much easier for Oyono. Not sure it was the best idea to let it bounce, but she does protect it well, in fairness. Away from Mokoena. Maybe the shorter pass would have been the better option. Asked a lot of Moses there. That run to the near post from Gantiete, just a little bit high. Striker unable to attack it. Chance for distance. Ramini right behind it. Florence Ejamilusi certainly backing herself. Hit the target, but not in a manner that was going to cough up an equaliser. Long ball delivered on the angle. Lines cleared initially by Ramalepe. Chance to strike a goal. That's a much better effort than her previous one. Florence Ejamilusi bringing out a stretching save from Delamini. Fortunate to come to her, but she a couple of touches to set herself. Not sure if it was going to creep in, might have been striking the post. Delamini had no idea and was taking no chances. Corner kick. And the Edo Queens finally break the Sundowns resistance. Instead, it's at the other end. Couldn't find the ball to release the number 9, Magia. Now in behind. Does she have the delivery? Takes a touch, has a look, and then plays it behind the on-rushing Ejamilusi. Is that the Sundowns make it to the semi-finals. Edo Queens are going to look back with a certain amount of pride at their Champions League debut, but so much frustration. Options, maybe there were too many. Didn't get the cross right. Thandi and Mokoena in conversation. Shabalala also looking on a little bit concerned. They do have the lead, but Moses' Queens, having had some big moments particular, the penalty saved by Dlamini. Well, that's a real concern with the stretcher out. Sundowns have already had to deal with the loss of captain Mabani to injury early. Their match day 2 victory over CBE. 10 at the minute. Through the lines, but not far enough. It's a really good touch and take. Laid back. Ali, high, flick round the corner. Thought about taking the shot on the spin, but it falls kindly. Dlamini had to get there first, and then it's lost by the Sundowns number 1. And what a vital clearance off the line from Ramalepe. Well, Dlamini surely making the claim she had 2 hands on the ball. I'll see back here. Essien in the centre there. Strike came in. Hard to see from there, but it did look like Dlamini lost it. Adebi beaten out there. Ramalepe had to be on her toes. Edo Queens maybe some claims for a penalty, but not being considered. But then the strike from Vera Samuel, spilled by Dlamini. But a goal-saving challenge, although goal kick in the end as it came back off Essien. Knocking at the door, but unable to step through it. The semi-finals at stake. At the moment, the Sundowns are heading through. Still 1-0 to Massar of Egypt. At the moment, they will top the group with Sundowns facing a repeat of last year's semi-final against Asfar. And Massar against Tepe Mazembe. Diete with the only goal of the match. Thumped high in the sky. Good body position, I thought, but referee happy with the challenge. Then Edo Queens look to be playing themselves into rather than out of trouble. To right the challenge, Moses. Well, that's a worry, but Carabo Dlamini at least walking away. Further injury concern for the South African champions. Lina Ali. Well, to put the pressure on and at least win a throw that she wants to take quickly, but I don't know whether the Sundowns have their substitute ready. Instead, it's Edo Queens sending on Goodness Osigwe. Vera Samuel heads off. Well, sending on a 17-year-old to try and save the day. She did score in the 3-0 win over CBE. Oh, there's a great chance, but a poke there from Essien. Easily cleared. The Sundowns being pushed further and further back. It was Essien, Iljamalusi, and then the teenager Osigwe, who scored against CBE. Since then, a goalless draw with Massar, and now trailing to the Sundowns. Just over 15 minutes of their CAF Women's Champions League journey. Can they extend it? The changes for the Sundowns, of course. Carabo Delamini heading off already. On comes in her place Makuru Betsy. The goal scorer Karadiete heads off. Sebastian Mashigo takes her place. Certainly need a bit of freshness as Edo Queens keep the pressure on. Oh, that's run through nicely. Really good decoy. Swung across, but Delamini clutches and falls to the turf. Good link-up play here. The final ball from Moses, lacking that quality. Oh, miss kick there. Magia does absolutely brilliantly and plays it behind the substitute, Mashigo. She does well to win it back. Can she get to the ball first? She does so, but the defender putting her off her stride. Lucy getting bumped over and then crashing into Mokwena. Too physical from Biana. So Karadiete, the 24th minute header, is seeing the Sundowns en route for the semi-finals. So one there for Ramalepe. Just trying to get to the ball. The 17-year-old substitute, Osigwe. Recognizing that she did make contact with the defender. Well, he knows he's going to have to get better out of his team if they are to retain their title and make it 3 from 4. Here's Kura, desperate for a Queen's hero. At this moment, it's all about advancing to the next stage. The Edo Queens have certainly put up a huge challenge. They've just gifted the ball to Magia. Diana and Mathandi, but again, possession puffed up. Moses waits, now gets some support. Leads it back. Nice little dummy. Husani, but just muscled out of it. The Sundowns having 2 across. It's very much a back 5 or more even for the Sundowns as they're really making the decision. Looking to sit on this lead. Calculated risk. So far paying off. Edo Queens running out of time. Anywhere will do for the Sundowns. It doesn't look at the moment like the sun is going to set on their Champions League journey. There's another card coming. Mamelodi into the book. Only Biana, I should say, midfielder, who's the only one coming into this match for the Sundowns. The risk of suspension. Mamelodi not suffering that fate as now Sundowns with some space to work in. Mashigo. It's a poor ball, and Edo Queens look to move it quickly. Oh, Mini did so well to read the play and sneak in. Elise, the captain, and Esther Moses, the only Edo Queens that could be suspended with a yellow card. That would only matter then if they get the equaliser they need. Just one goal could change the outcome of Group B. Group B, of course, no mix between that and a random D. The Edo Queens sticking to their task, but they've just struggled to make those clear-cut chances, which is why Messian hit the bar in the first half. And the penalty saved by Delamini has left them desperate for third time lucky. Well, they did also have one cleared off the line by Mamelodi. Long angled ball. Keeper came, but it's a good defensive header. Really neat one there from Biana. This is where the Sundowns have been so poor. Haven't been able to create the counters to try and end the contest, of which surely a second goal would do so. Salamini, sure the best communication between her and Mamelodi. She's not happy. It took so long to react. Ali can't keep it in as it bounces off for good defending. Chance to strike a goal. Got it on target, but she shows her frustration. Lamini, well positioned. Teenager taking advantage of the slip. Lovely step overs. Hit the target, but not with enough venom to really trouble the South African international. That's why the 17-year-old was sent on. On a knife edge here in Casablanca. Ball in behind. Moses with the pace, the power. Does she have the final ball? Between two. The Edo Queens keep coming. Suige couldn't get a shot through. Makwana, another cheap possession given away. Referee with really good advantage played. But then they get in a muddle and the Sundowns come away. Mashigo, and again, turnover of possession. Better that time. Mashigo taken the challenge with Osegwe. Got her ball away, and Massar now 2-0 up. But that match irrelevant unless the Egyptian lost the match. Then Edo Queens would have joined Sundowns in the semi-finals, with the South African champions top, the Nigerian second, but that's not going to be the case. Massar will finish top of the group, so it's between these two. Sundowns with the advantage, but a goal would see the Nigerian champions progress, which would be an incredible story, considering in the 3 previous editions of this tournament, Sundowns have been to every final with 2 titles from 3-1. The ball not with too much pace there. But afterwards, having got to the ball, trickles behind for a goal kick. The permutations, crystal clear. Edo Queens must score. That's a lovely ball around the corner. They've got 4 flooding into the box. Brilliant pick out, but it's just over the head of Essien. And Dilamini plucks it for this guy. By far the woman of the match for the Sundowns. Diete, of course, with the goal, but Dilamini keeping the Queens out, and of course that brilliant save from the penalty spot that denied the captain, Chioma Olese. Oh, a clash of heads, that'll bring the medical staff on. Immediate stop to the match. Never nice to see. It will end up being a free kick to Edo Queens, even if there wasn't any malice from the Yana. I think maybe could have read the situation a bit better to avoid that, but she'd already ducked her head. So a stoppage for treatment, but also a moment to have one last big breath in. Stunning view over Casablanca. The lights illuminating the Larbi Zaouli Stadium. Colosa Biana came back into the starting 11 ahead of Gorsi Mokwena. And the 2 of them have been in that midfield engine trying to protect the back line. Not too far away. Balala certainly will want and need better performance. If it is in fact they're going to face Asfar in the semi-finals, that all depends on them holding on to this lead. A goal at either end will mean we'll know who's going through, unless something quite crazy happens at the end. Edo Queens Oh, that's brilliant skill to get to the byline. It's punched down. Could it be? Oh, Florence Ijamelusi with the goal at her mercy. Is that the final nail in the Nigerian champions, CAF Champions League? It was brilliant wing play. And this time a great cross. Dilamina at the foot of Esther Moses. It fell to Ijamelusi. There were bodies on the line, but she's just got to hit the target. And just like SEN in the first half, failing to be clinical with the goal at their mercy. And add to that, Captain Elise's penalty saved by Delamini. They've had the chances. The Sundowns have survived. The byline that ran out of field. And Edo Queens will be nervously waiting on, as will the Sundown fans, about how much time is going to be added on as we tick ever closer to the 90-minute mark. Here is the answer. Long ball, searching, taking no chances, thumped into midfield by Makubela. It's coming back. Sundowns just have not been able to keep possession for more than a couple of passes, and that just keeps the pressure coming. Oh, a lovely turn. Esther Moses once again showing her magic, but the final ball not with the necessary quality. 6 minutes added on. We've almost played a minute of it. 5 more for Edo to try and save their Champions League. The reigning champions, Mamelodi Sundowns, desperate for the minutes to disappear. There's going to be heartbreak one way or the other. At the moment, it's Edo Queens who are going to be absolutely heartbroken unless ball swung in, but Delamini, bread and butter stuff. Well, a wry smile from SEN as Delamini clutched the ball, took a few steps, plunked down onto the deck to eat up a few extra seconds. Long. As Edo Queens have to throw caution to the wind. Sundowns now will just want to eat into the clock as much as possible. This one going long and deep. Ball down the line. Oh, that's worked out perfectly. Najia happy to just buy the throw. Now a late sub to just waste some time. Preparing herself. Lerato Kigasago. Just lost it under the studs. Ramalepe now rushing back. You see Bayana back on with a headband. Trying to direct traffic, but it's gone to Oyono, who launches long. They've got to. Played so well, Edo Queens, in large patches of the match. But in the end, it's their proficiency in front of goal that looks like costing them a place in the tournament. So experience from the bench, Lerato Kegasago, 33-year-old, heading on with Mathandi being replaced. They're hoping to be celebrating the recovery job. The defense of their title started in a nightmare fashion with defeat to Massar. Back-to-back wins should see them through unless the Edo Queens can find the equaliser. They've done it! Incredible! Mamelodi Sundowns were desperate to just see this out, and yet they are down and out. Grace Kura and the Edo Queens finally finding their moment, and they are making history. First ever Nigerian champions, and now in their first ever Champions League affair. As things stand, they are going through as the Nigerian flag flies high. Although Aduko Moses is going wild as he needs his team to remain focused, but this was what they were dreaming of and what the Sundowns were desperate to avoid. But a long ball, the header, Dilamini for the first time getting it horribly wrong, and this time there was no missing. MNP's Essien, who hit the bar with the goal of mercy in the first half. Wow, she has made amends and then some. The pressure of Mamadou helping to take Dalamini's eye off the prize. Biana and the Sundowns. The sun is coming down on their reign. Oh, incredible drama. The emotions so raw. They cannot believe it. Who can? The two-time winners, the defending champions, a side who have been to every final in the competition's fourth edition, unless they find a goal inside the next minute or so, then they are crashing out. Well, what a story, and it shows also the increased competition, the increased quality around the continent as women's football gets the investment and exposure it deserves. But is there to be a check? They're praying. There's no suggestion as yet that VAR are going to be involved, and I think the whistle will tell us the Sundowns are running out of time. They're going to have to rush forward. We've seen a dramatic moment here. The Sundowns need one of their own. Now it's the Edo Queens, where anywhere will do. In fact, they could be in again. Can they win it? Not a strike. Not good enough, and Dilamini has to launch. Massar will win the group. Edo Queens second, and the champions, Mamelodi Sundowns, without a goal, are going home. Well, we had 6 minutes of additional time. Of course, the celebrations were wild and heartily enjoyed. Essien sure would have been booked for really taking her shirt off. Is there time for a final twist? Well, this one is getting launched right in to the penalty box. Now or never. Is Delamini going to come up? There's maybe a wag of a finger that this could be now or never. The Sundowns were just a minute or two away from the semi-finals. Now they're desperate for something to fall their way, and that's not going to be it. They wanted a corner, they're not getting it. And as we edge towards 100 minutes of play, the Sundowns not getting the decision. And will this be the final kick of the match? Well, it's going to be a raucous celebration. Oh, they gave the ball away cheaply. The Sundowns couldn't keep it. And now, can the Edo Queens win it? The ball across. The flag stays down. But it's over the bar. And now the flag is raised. Breaking clear, obviously with VAR being able to be used. I think it was offside maybe against SN in the first place. Mamelodi couldn't keep her effort down. The Nigerians just want the full-time whistle, but this is where they want to be. Skipping away. The teenager pokes it across. They've won it! Incredible scenes! They were going home, and now they're not just heading to their first ever semi-finals, they're going to do it top of the group. Incredible. The Sundowns' reign is very much over. Brilliant skills. Osigwe, show you exactly why. She's a huge Nigerian talent, and then this time lifted high into the sky, but thankfully into the roof of the net. Mamelodi smashing in, a smash and grab, but on the balance of play, Edo Queens deserving. Mamelodi Sundowns were desperate to just see the match out, and they have been 1-2 sucker punched out. Mamelodi bringing wild celebrations. The tears are flowing. The Sundowns only usually no success, but they have lost twice in the group, and Edo Queens are flying high. The Nigerian champions scoring twice in injury time to stun the holders. The Sundowns, who've been in the final of each of the first three editions, have had their breaking point here in Morocco. Edo Queens with a quite incredible achievement. Late goals sending them through and top
which I never expected. Thank you to my team. Thank you. Thank you.
Between EDO Queens and TP Mazembe on Tuesday at 3 p.m. المباراة المقبلة التي ستلعب بهذا الملعب هي النصف النهائي الثاني الذي سيجمع بين فريقين.
Oh, no wonder she is absolutely ecstatic.